friends. How are ya? Gotta get my NDI up and working. Oh boy, I gotta turn that off. Let's see. Sorry. Let's get some chill hop in here. Lo-fi. We're at 3 hours and 18 minutes so far on this lo-fi chill thing. And one day we will make it all the way to the end. So let's see. Let's get my screen capture. Here it comes. There we go. All right, NDI connection. So we left off. It's been a couple weeks since we were live streaming. I was in England helping out a family member who has been in and out of the hospital for the past little while, which sucks. So I was out of town. Thanks for everyone for being patient. Yeah, so we're going to continue building out all of our characters and stuff like that. I think we ended up last week with all of our good animations and stuff like that. So we had gone through, and I think, had I imported them or rendered them? Let me see. 2048, let's see. Oh, I think I ran into some issues rendering them. I guess we can set that up. Sprite renders. Jump, hold up. Okay. Power up. Stationary. Okay, so I left off on stationary. Oops. Stationary, jump, hold. Games, C40, see where we're at. Sprite renders. All right, so jump, hold, power up. It's weird that we got all these, but it's not in order. All right, so stationary, jump, power up. Let's go ahead and see team render mark takes. Okay. Jump, fall. Cool. These will render pretty quick. I mean, we're using Octane. Of course it's going to render quick. In the meantime, what do we want to do? Do we want to start trying to bring in some of these things into Unreal Engine? Do we want to start building out some elements that C40 can be on, like ground planes and stuff like that? I have no idea what that was. That was a loud sound. Oh, I'm like, why is my computer spinning up? It's because I'm rendering. I've been doing a lot of rendering on the render network lately as a render node. So I'm used to that thing's going off. But I was like, oh, I thought I turned it off. Okay, so we could continue on. Let's think about what kind of levels we want. Let's start with level 1. What would be a good introductory level? Should it be like shiny metal? What's up, Windbush? Dude, you should come join me. Let's see, how could I do this? What's up, Dave? I'm assuming that's Dave. Nexus? What's up, Amy? Wow, everyone just showed up all at once. What up? All right. Maybe let's build out some elements. Should we go to ChatGPT and have them build out a level 1? I know you've been doing a lot of ChatGPT lately. Yeah, you do. Winbush, are you live streaming on TikTok? I see you occasionally. Are you making it like a regular thing? Use O3? What's O3? I don't know what O3 is. Is it 03? Oh, use O3 for ChatGPT. Why? What's going on? What's going on with ChatGPT 04? Oh, I gotta be careful. I don't need you. I don't need y'all seeing all my ChatGPTs. Do. My graphics, that's good. Oh, O3 is higher than 4? That's weird. Games, programs. I want to try bringing some of these renders into Nessifier. See what I can get. Graphics, sprite renders. Let's try jump, hold. Convert. Oh, that didn't help at all. Starting to TikTok with sunglasses on from my base tonight at GTA, running hit team strike. I don't know what that means. I understood some of those words, Dave. We can make some, because my future is so bright. Oh boy. Dave's been drinking. There you go. There's your bell. Oh, hold on. No, I got it. Oh, where is it? Disappointed! There you go. Once I get these rendered out, maybe I'll open up Unreal and start messing with it. I went through like a few tutorials on bringing in sprite sheets and stuff like that, but I know there's a lot to deal with. So maybe we just jump into that and figure it all out together. Yeah. Let's do that. Because then we can get all of our things in there. Of course, wonder if we can, if it would be best to actually build out a sprite sheet first. Or whether you do it as a flipbook. Winbush, what do you do? Do you do sprite sheets or flipbooks, or it's the same thing, right? What is it? 2D side scroller. Scroller. See, this is it. This is the one. So, shout out to Cobra Code on YouTube. I think this is the one that I watched. make a tile sheet and a set. So action create spine set. All right, well, as soon as this is done, we'll just go through it step by step. Oh boy. Isn't that... Oh, that's Linus Tech Tips. I'm gonna get dinged. Skip. Come back to YouTube TV. While we're waiting, do our sponsor. Big shout out to our sponsor, Otoy. Oh, I've got the Mograph podcast thing. Whatever. Special shout out to our sponsor, Otoy, for sponsoring the show. They are the makers of Octane Render and the Render Network. Big shout out to them. They've been our universal sponsor, sponsoring both the website and the podcast and all the stuff that we've been doing. And they've been super helpful getting us all up on the Render Network and stuff. And the Render Network is just fantastic. I have been using it like crazy lately to do a lot of stuff, and it's real good. Got to give them some props. Let's see. I'll do this headline. Oh, maybe I could do this. Yeah, Render Royale. The theme for May is Fantasy Worlds. So for those who are unaware, the Render Foundation is doing a monthly contest where you can basically win money. The theme for May is Fantasy Worlds. So if you go to renderfoundation.com/royale, you can get more information. You can submit. You can also get some credits to be able to render it on the Render Network. Really exciting stuff. And they're giving away cash prizes for first place, second place, third place in Octane Render, Redshift Render, and Blender Cycles, which is great. So you've got 1,000 you can win in each. Enter them all. We'll see. So yeah, big shout out to Otoy, and give them a shout out for sponsoring all of our stuff. All right, how many more do I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think this is the last one. Cool. Yeah, the death. Then we'll open up Unreal and see if we can crash Unreal. Bleh. Be fun to get some like particles or like some sparks flying off him, you know, when he gets hit. Or she. I don't want to assume that C40 is either male or female. I'll have to ask EJ. Do 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 do. Blah blah. Winbush, you working on anything fun lately? I've been modeling some neon signs today. That was a lot of fun. I like modeling. Abagoo. Gaba. What's up? Oh, cool. That's awesome. Is it educational stuff, Winbush, or is it like, you know, like Mography type stuff? Yeah, that's death. Okay, cool. Cool. So that's done. I think we're good. All right, cool. Epic Games Launcher. That's awesome. I don't remember my password. Through the motion tools, cool. Maybe later. New Epic Games Launcher has been downloaded and ready to install. All right, I guess we're doing this. It's been a bit. We're getting back into the swing of things. That's cool, dude. Are you using any like newer, like unreleased motion tools or anything? Like as like a, hey, this is what you can do type thing? Or is it all the previous stuff? All right, 5.54. Let's launch it. Ugh. Oh, it did. That's cool. What are the new features other than bringing in PSDs? I need to just get you on here and like we could just chat. Dude, get on your computer and I'll send you a link. Let's see. So, first person, I don't want first person. I don't want third person. I don't want top down. I guess I need to start with a blank one. I think that's what they say. Because there used to be one. All right. Blueprint. Side scroller. Cool. Erase me. I don't think you're supposed to keep your stuff on. Let's see. Let's start a new folder. We'll call this. So we've got the next Nest Maker file, and then we've got the Unreal Engine. Call this C40. Desktop, starter content. I'm not going to worry about that. Create. Failed to process file. Okay. With existing, cannot be saved. What? Oh. Oh, come on. This is so frustrating. Unreal projects. All right. Let's do that then. I'm going to save it into my Unreal projects folder. I'll call this C40 side scroller. What happened? Come on. So I'm curious if we need to have this all as one flat sprite sheet, because it kind of looks like that on what this person was doing. Control space. Yo, dog, I heard you like YouTube, so will you put YouTube in your YouTube so you can watch YouTube while you're watching YouTube? Okay, so that's the maps. Yes, I bought this, by the way, so I just haven't gone through it. Oh, no, I bought this person's 12-hour course. Yeah, so they look like they've got sprite sheets. Individual. Oh, compiling shaders. That's all right. We'll be able to watch this entire thing by the time it's done compiling shaders. Environment. Back. That's fine. We do need to create some like background textures and stuff. Maybe we could use some of these same ones. Oops. Okay, tile set, sprite actions, create tile set. Okay, so they have all the stuff, so we could go into Photoshop and start putting this together. That's for the actual like elements and stuff like that. And I think at one point they change it to 16 by 16. Yeah. Add box. Colliding tiles. Okay. Wonder if we should create some. Let's get some stock things first so that we can kind of like just build out a fake level, you know? All right, so let's see. Where did that person say? What is it? Sunnyland assets. They've probably got a link to it. Leaf brights, yes. Okay. Here we go. Download now. Let's give him $1. Whoops. Is that how much I... Alright. I'll pay him later. Alright, Sunnyland, music. Oh boy. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. It's weird, it says done, but it's not. WinRAR. Yeah, I'll pay for that one later too. All right. Environments. Ooh. What is this one? Which one did he use for it? Assets, environments. Hey, all right. Content. All right, so we're going to start a new level. All right, before we do this, I'm going to run to the restroom real quick. Fine quality television right here. All right, empty level, create. Weird. Okay. See what all we got. So those are tile sets, what he's showing. Sprite sheets, enemies, miscellaneous, player. Let's see, but that's just the HUD. Why isn't this opening? Seriously? Okay. Oh, that's why. Let's go to our sponsor while I sign in. It's weird that it's a PNG is making me. Do that. There we go. What? is it making me... That's weird. Gives me a QR code to sign in. Is that new in Adobe? What in the world? Oh my gosh. Yes, quit. Spreadsheet. All right, let's go back. Miscellaneous. I'm just going to open with preview. That's weird. Enemy death HUD star. Enemies, piranha plant. Okay. Props? Is that what they're calling it? Nope. Today's goal is to figure out how to get stuff into Unreal. So like whether we need to set it up as tile sheets and sprite sheets and stuff like that to somehow get our animations into Unreal Engine. So right now I'm just doing like a test. We'll just bring in this tile sheet. Okay. And if I do sprite actions, create tile set. So then within this, okay, so then, whoops, not 20, 16 by 16, whoops. Oh, that's nice. I can like select multiple ones. Ah, that's super cool. So I at least need to set this up as a tile set, but I need to do it's flip books. What's the difference between flip books and tile sets and stuff? All right, so let's start. All right, let's go back to our thing. All right, that's our background one. So let's grab a background one. Just grab our clouds PNG. We'll just drag this in. And that did nothing. Do I need to set that as a tile set as well? Create tile background. Sprite actions. Create sprite. Okay. So clouds, sprite action, create sprite, and with that we can then place it into, okay, cool. Oh, I forgot it's inverted. Ugh. Editor preferences, what is it? Viewports? Invert middle mouse pan. Set as default. Yes. There we go. All right. Got that. Let's move it to 0, 0, 0. Okay, cool. So our backgrounds, you'll want to do create sprite. So your backgrounds are just sprites. Okay, good to know. So we created the background, we threw that in. That'll be cool because then you could create like Z depth with it by putting it in a slightly different depth. Okay, so we've already done that. We've already created the tile set. Yeah, okay. Adjusting the tile set, which we did. Kind of, yeah. Making a 2D style game. Okay, so we're building both. So since we're double doing it and double dipping in Unreal Engine and NES Maker, we're allowing for more 3D looking stuff, but it's going to be built using tile sets and renders and stuff like that. Does that make sense? Okay, 16 by 16. Okay, so add box. Okay, so here, okay, here we're gonna select these three. We're gonna do mine is different. Shoot. Metadata tile stats. See, they've got add box. Why don't I have that? Tile set view 16. Wonder if I just need, okay. Okay, so I can't do multiple ones. Okay, add box. Then you can see the colliding tiles, which ones are colliding tiles based off of that. That's just a, hey, I need to see which ones are colliding. Okay, cool. Okay, wait. Okay. Okay, so we added the box. Cool. Let's do this. We'll add another box. So now we've got those colliding tiles. Let's just add another box. Add another box. Okay, we've got some colliding tiles. So now we close that down. This, what do they do? Create tile map. Okay. So now you've got a tile map. So you've got a tile set, and then you've got a tile map. Where is that? Create tile map. Okay. Alright, let's see. Okay. Ah, okay. So here, then we, nope, not that one. This one, tile map set. We can select this, and we can start brushing it on. That's exciting. So since those are colliding, okay, so we can still paint it on. Yes, nice, okay. And it just means, so what I was trying to do earlier, where it's like, you know, make all three of them, that's why, that makes sense why. So you just have certain ones that are colliding, just the boxes. Okay, cool. Self-explain what you're looking for and what you're going to do. I mean, that's what I'm doing. Okay. So do I have to do that? Okay, so then I drag it into the scene. Let's start with this. It's gonna be empty. Cool. Save. Close that. And drag this into the scene. Hey! That's pretty rad. Okay. So, and then we can add depth there. cool. Okay, that goes 0, 0, 0. They're intersecting. And then I know he's got to bring the background out. Okay, you can see the collisions by right-clicking. What is it? Show collision. All right, so there's our collision data. Nice. Okay, rad. So I wonder if you can, whoa. Tile set, tile map. So we can keep on adding ones in here. So the collisions are still happening in 3D space. That's cool. Okay. So each of those, I'm assuming that each of those tile maps, like I just created this tile map specifically for this ground thing. Okay, this is not that hard. Okay. So I created this tile set. I'm curious if I've got to create tile sets for each things like so in NestMaker, let's see. In NestMaker, let me open up NestMaker real quick and I'll show y'all. No, I'm not going to show y'all because that'll be too much work because I'd have to go through. But you can create like groups of things that you can use as like stamps almost. So similar to something like this tile map. This tile map, we created this tile map so that when we bring it in, it's like this. But do I have to, I'm assuming I have to do that now for every single one. So this tile set will be called like ground tile map. And then I've got to create one for a tree, which is the tree tile map and stuff like that. What is the collision map? Okay, so the collision map, this tells you what the collision is. So within your tile set, so you've got your sprite sheet, which is right here, which is just an image, right? You bring your tile set in, you right click, sprite actions, create tile set. That creates this tile set. This tile set, then you can go through and you can select which things you want to have collisions. So you just add box and then you hit colliding tiles and you can see which ones are the colliding tiles. So once you do that, you can then create a new create tile map, which this is the tile map that we're referencing here. And because we're using ones that have collisions on them, when you drag and drop it into your scene and you show collisions, then like, because it's default no show collisions, you can see the collisions on your screen. Does that make sense? I think that makes sense. This is the way I understand it. All right, cool. All right, so now we're doing the player. Okay. Okay, so I think we need to actually go through. No. Sprite. Create sprite. Flipbook, right? Create flipbook. Okay. Okay, so animated tiles. So collisions make character or monster walk around those tiles. Yeah. So if it has a collision on it, it means like the character, if there's gravity, won't go, it will collide with that. So it'll stop. Okay, so I can bring this in. Let me bring in my C40 sprite renders. Let's do stationary. All right, so if I bring in this entire folder. Yes, okay. Excuse me. All right, do this and then sprite actions. Create sprites. Then those, and then this, I can create flipbook. So this is C40 stationary. Okay, cool. All right. So then we can highlight over it and we can see it's very slow. Wait, why is it? Oh, I guess he didn't go up all the way. So frames per second, we want, what did we do? What was our frames per second here? In Cinema, 24. Okay, so in Unreal Engine, we want to do 24 frames per second. Yeah, it is pretty cool. Okay. So do I really only have, maybe I didn't render out all the stationary ones. Let me see. Stationary, let's click on that. 0 to 22. No, he's got a lot more. 48. So I need to go from 23. Let's go to 22. Let's double check. What did we leave off? 23. Okay, so 24 to 48. And then let's render, nope. 24 to 48. Stationary, cool. 24 to 48, and I did it as the take. Let's do render mark takes. Nope, cancel. I just want stationary. Render mark takes. That's fine. All right, so 24. Okay, I gotta wait for this to go first. Oh, this is cool. This is super cool. Okay, so you've got tile sets, which you're using for background elements and stuff. And then you've got flip books for anything. I'm assuming anything you're using with animation. Now the question is, do all flip books have... Let's see what happens if I open up one of these sprites. Okay, so that doesn't do anything, which is fine. Man, the color looks way off. It's probably because the rendering, it's probably rendering aces or something like that. No, it's Octane. It might still be rendering aces. I don't know. So let's see what the flipbook. So the flipbook collision source. Each frame collision. Okay. Default. Master unlit sprite. I don't want this to have any... Okay. I'm going to go ahead and delete these. Force delete. I'm going to delete that as well. You know what? In my content, I'm just going to delete that. Delete. Come on. Oh, shit. Shoot. Delete. Start content. Delete. Okay. So now when this is done rendering, which it should be. Okay, good. Go into Unreal. Stationary, that should have 48 frames now, which it does. And then I will bring this in. GPT makes doing job or render setting, etc. for me. Yeah. Okay. So this, then we sprite actions, create sprites, then right click, create flipbook. Now we've got C4D stationary. Let's double check that. So this, we want 24 frames a second. There we go. He looks nice. Yeah. Okay, cool. Let's see. Masked unlit sprite material. Interesting that it's doing that material. Man, I like that he actually like looks 3D and stuff. Like even though it's a 2D element. Okay, let's go back to this. It's playing pretty fast. Ah, okay. Okay, so what he's doing here, and big shout out to Cobra Code for this. So in order to get this to be smooth, you want it to be 60, right? Why is, I don't know. Color does look like it's in linear workspace. I was thinking that too. Let's do, no, I don't want to do that yet. So in the keyframes, you've got each and every one, and then you've got to go through and I wish you could set it all. So these are each individual sprite sheets and stuff. You know what? Screw it. I'm just going to do 24 frames a second. Okay. He says in this one that you, in order to get super smooth gameplay, you want 60 frames per second, and then you go through and you can set the individual frames of your sprites. So keyframes, like say for example, also like if you wanted, I know, especially when you've got this many, you know. So I may just stick it at 24 and we'll see what happens. I may regret this later. If anything, then maybe next time I would do 48 to 60 frames per second. Ugh, that's a big flip book. And these are all 2048. So we'll see. We'll see what happens at 24. Wait, frame run to 6? Okay. That's back to the original, and then he changes it to 6 because he wants it to be a bit slower. So you want your frames per second to be... Yeah. All right. It's got a run animation. Okay. So we've got a run animation too. Let's find this. Death. Power up. Running, walking. Okay. So we'll bring in running, walking. This. Create sprites, and then here, create flipbook. That's C40 running, walking. Ooh, that's fun. So he moves, but we want this 24 frames per second. So it goes from stationary to that, which is cool. Okay. Then I could probably build out like a little glowing thing or something, some sort of flame that goes with that. That would be cool. Okay. So now we've got our running, we've got our walking, and we need a jump and fall animation. Okay, so if you've got a still frame of the animation that's going to be going, okay, so that makes sense. Because when you're building, I'm equating this all to NestMaker. You've got different animations. So when you're dealing with animations and you want to flip between the different animations, even if it is just a single still frame, you still need to make this into a flip book. Okay, that's basically what they're saying. All right, so running, stationary, what an effort. Jump, fall. See, that's running, jump, fall, and jump, hold. Let's throw those in there. All right, jump fall. Create flipbook. Jump fall, that's fine. Jump hold. That's right, because he's going to be create sprite. Jump hold. All right, jump fall. See, and then on this, we could get it to hold for like 10 frames. You know? That's cool. Let's do 20. Yeah, there you go. Okay, jump fall. 24 frames. Okay, cool. All right, so we've got all those individual animations. Now, okay, so now we're creating a character blueprint. So let's do our content. We're going to create a new folder. We're going to call this blueprints. Okay. Paper character class. Okay. So we need a new blueprint. New blueprint class. All classes. Paper character class. Okay. Whoops. I wanted to rename that. Okay, rename C40 blueprint. What happened? I thought I saw something. I thought it looked different a second ago. Class defaults. Oh boy. There we go. Okay. Okay. So we've got the sprite. We've got the capsule, which I believe, if I understood that correctly, is where you set your collision data. All right, so in our sprite source flipbook, let's do stationary. Holy cow. That is huge. Okay. Okay, so the capsule collision will, wow. That's how big your collision is. I wonder if I could, no. All right. Let's make it just a little bit smaller. There we go. Okay, so I could change the sprite instead of changing the capsule. Okay, so now we save that. That's huge. Okay, well, yeah. All right, so let's make him 0, 0, 0. So with this, we probably want to make sure, let's move our sky backward. Yeah, with our C40, we probably want to make him smaller. So let's do this. All right. Capsule component, let's do our sprite. And then we're going to do 0.05 capsule component. Zoom in. Let's make it a little bit smaller, a little bit skinnier. That's good. All right, so now we do that. Now, if we make this 111, okay. So it's still too big, but we can adjust that later. Location. So that's zeroed out. Is this one zeroed out? It's not. All right, there we go. Let's go into our C40 blueprint again. Make our sprite even smaller, 0.01. I think that'll work. Let's go into our capsule. Okay, now let's do that. Now, there you go. All right. Now C40. It's 1 of 1. There we go. And he's basically the size of a 16. So if I want to double that, I don't, 2? Yeah, 0.02, 0.02. Okay. So 2, yeah. The size of like a 32-bit one. Because these are 16 by 16 tiles. All right, cool. Interesting that that's the location for 000 for him. I want to turn off snapping. There we go. Oh, that's cool. That says which way. Mathematic. Yep. Okay, so now, how do I set the direction? Curious if like this. Yeah, okay. It's supposed to be like this. All right, so now, let's see. When we hit play, hey, we've got a game. Oh man, that's awesome. Okay. That feels pretty good. But now let's see. Oh boy. do I think... Oh yeah, he falls. See, there's the collision. Oh, that's awesome. Okay. Now we just need to not get him lit. How do I get him not lit? Angular, enable gravity. Okay. Neat. Character step on. Lighting. Ooh, cast shadows. Emissive light source? No. You're doing technical things in there. If you have time, I want to see if you solve the myths. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm looking at right now. Lighting channels. Let's go into... Let me open up After Effects. You know, I'm going to run to the restroom again real quick. Give me 1 second. So this makes me wonder if... Let's see. Let's go over to our sponsor real quick while I sign in. I need to create like a temporary one where I'm just like doing stuff. Right. Yeah, I know. That's Max Studio. I'll sign out of that one. I'll go ahead and sign out of that one too. Oops. Graphics. Yeah, see, I think that's the freaking color difference. Well, no, it doesn't look so bad here. Yeah, see, it looks way off there. So... Oh boy. You know what I'm curious about? If there's like a 16-bit conversion program or something like sign short. Graphics. Do. Because I'm curious if I could like do a 16-bit version of this in here. I mean, I can. Let's see. Let's do a quick search by... Graphics, Unreal Engine. Nope. Adjusting the saturation of texture enhance true realism. Turns out that I just forgot to set the image to be read as sRGB. Oddly, in my case, the colors look correct when looking at it on Unreal. Okay. Well, maybe that's my issue. Holy cow. Okay. Yeah. Compression setting. Nope. Don't worry about. Nope. Advanced. I don't want compression. Padding and resizing availability. sRGB. True. Save. Did that do anything? I don't think that did anything. sRGB, yeah. Brightness. No. I mean, I can adjust it in here, but it would be nice to know why. There we go. sRGB use legacy gamma. Okay. Color space. sRGB. There we go. But I gotta do that for all of them. Blech. That sucks. Color space, sRGB. sRGB. Yeah, gotta do it for all of them. That sucks. Legacy. Color space. Wonder if I can do this. Dang. All right, well, that sucks. Where am I? You gonna do the skill effects kind of stuff with Niagara? I think so. Like when he jumps, I want him to kind of like glide, and I may do some Niagara stuff as far as like, you know, I know. Is there a copy and paste? That looks so hard. Let's see. We'll do a quick search. Let's see. Copy settings across flipbook. I don't think I can do that in here right now. No, just that. This selects multiple, change whatever parameters. But I don't think I can edit. If I do that, no, it only changed it for that one. Battery name. Apply paper 2D texture settings. What does that do? Remove map, sets the filter to nearest, and uses the editor icon as a compression setting. I don't know what that means. Identical. Usually this isn't desired for 3D models, since when filtering compression and bitmaps you get smaller textures that look better. Okay. Alright, well, just gonna go through and, oh no, let's see. Man, that sucks. Wonder if I can set that as default. Top window menu? What do you mean? What's the top window menu? I don't think I know that. Oh, up here? Nope. Copy references? No. This is slightly faster, just keeping it open. Oops. Good thing is the stationary one is the longest one. Once we get that. Yeah, ask Gemini, please. Oops, not linear. sRGB. I guess I don't need to click on sRGB. Just need to do that. Okay, well, I only need to do one click then. What did Gemini say? Anything important? This opens up a whole new world for stuff. It's like some of the games that I've done previously. It's like, okay, well, I wonder if I can build them out. Like I can build Unreal Engine versions. But I'm not limited to the colors that you are with Nestmaker. There we go. Oh, I didn't know you were Korean. Oh boy, I don't know what I'm doing. Ah! How do I move forward? Ugh. I hate the way, there we go. Select your image sequence textures. Okay. Open property matrix? What is property matrix? Asset actions. I don't see a property matrix. Bulk edit. Bulk. No, I see bulk export. Edit selection and property matrix. Oh, heck yeah. But I don't see. sRGB. Nice. sRGB. Giving you a round of applause. Well done. Let's see if we can adjust that in one of our other ones. That's killer. Okay, so asset actions, edit selection and property matrix. Yes. sRGB. Boom. You rock. You rock. Thank you. That's so much easier. Man, that's awesome. Okay, cool. Thanks, Gemini. Asset actions. Stationary, jump, fall. There's the blueprints. Okay. All right. Now it is almost 9 o'clock, and I typically end the live stream about an hour and a half after we start. I feel like we've made good progress as far as this goes. Like, getting our stuff into the scene was a big thing. So, and then the next thing in this tutorial is all about getting the character to move left, right, up, down, jumping and stuff. I feel like we should hold that on for next week. That'll give us something to do. And then, so once we get this stuff in here and we're like comfortable with it, I think the best thing to do is to kind of like lay out some of our levels and figure out what we want to do for each level. Yeah. I learned and you learned. Yes, we did. Thank you. Guaba? Is that what it is? Is that how you pronounce your name? Guaba? 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 Hope I'm saying that correct. Guaba, are you on Instagram? Are you on Mograph.com? Mograph.com? You should be on Mograph.com. AGU. I was gonna follow you on Instagram. Yeah, Guava. 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 Cool. All right, y'all. Well, thanks for hanging out with us and watching the stream. I'm really excited where we're at with this. So we'll keep going next week. We're gonna make our character move, and then I think we'll start like building out levels, and I'm gonna spend the week kind of like tinkering and thinking about what we should do for the levels. So I think that'll be good. All right. So thanks everyone for hanging out with us. Thanks, Guava. I really appreciate all your help. This is gonna be fun. I'm really excited about this. Oh, you just followed me. Okay, sweet. Thanks. Let's see. Guava. Follow back. There you go. You got a follow from me. All right. Bye, everybody. See y'all next week.
It's pretty good, I guess.